Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about the NFL refs. Are they closing their eyes when they officiate these games? Maybe just a tad bit of favoritism. Let's see what the problem is with the NFL refs in the 2024 to 2025 season. So we're only in week 4 and there have been some questionable calls, and if not, calls that have not been made. So in week 2, we saw a call get made against the Bengals.
Gets through the receiver's back. You can see him attempting to, but that's early contact and it is a catchable ball.
We all could agree that yes, this is 100% PI. But in week 3, the Falcons went against the Chiefs, and Kirk threw a pass in the end zone. But wait, let's see what happened.
Pressure comes, picked up, Cousins end zone! No! Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. It's incomplete. What will the Falcons do?
Here comes 6 of them right down the middle. Anything you know about Spagnuolo is that that was a lot of contact, wasn't it?
By Brian Cook.
We all agree that should be PI. Those two clips look nearly identical to each other, the Bengals and Falcons clip. So why wasn't one called and why wasn't the other one not called? I mean, it was not, if not the exact play, nearly identical. So why was one called and why was one not called? Was it maybe because one was against the Chiefs and not for the Chiefs? Now, at this point, you may be just looking at this like, that's only one game. Get a grip. What's the matter with you? And that's when I'll tell you, no. That is not the only plays that have happened. So, let's go to week 4. A very questionable play that was called was the 3-0 Steelers and the 1-2 Colts went head-to-head, and a very big flag was called on the Steelers defense.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 39, a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Look, I know you can't tell judgment, but to me, Fitzpatrick is pulling off. He doesn't go attack him, and he does go contact. He's running full speed. He's running 20 miles an hour.
So, with this clip, it's a question now. Do the NFL refs want players to just stop mid-track and wait? Pretty crazy to me that that was called when he was running a straight line. And he was running pretty quick, so why was that called? He has no control over being able to stop. Some of these refs probably haven't taken, physics or any type of class like that. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Pretty crazy stuff, though. But this isn't all of the flags that have been called. This is only just a few, and I'm going to show you one last one before, we call it a day. Ravens and the Chiefs. It's week 1, the biggest game of that week. The Ravens and the Chiefs go against each other, and it's second quarter. There's only 9 seconds left. The Chiefs have the ball, and a timeout was called. But Andy Reid didn't call the timeout. It was the defensive coach.
Spagnuolo ran down the sideline to get the timeout call there, as the Chiefs had a little bit of defensive confusion. But it's also the defensive coordinator coming down to call timeout as well, and not the head coach. Can I bring Terry McCauley in, our 3-time Super Bowl referee, our rules analyst? Terry, that's not the way it's supposed to go.
He can't do that. It has to be the head coach that comes down. The assistant coach, nobody else can call timeout on the sideline except the head coach.
Spagnuolo coming down, and he's cousin, I'm sorry. I know I can't do that. I mean, people should hire me as a head coach, but I'm not.
Now, under Rule 5, Article 1 for the NFL rules states only head coaches, players in the game could call a timeout. So why? So you're probably wondering, the Chiefs probably got punished for this because, I mean, you just went against the NFL rules. And to that, I would say no. They didn't get punished. What happened was everyone laughed it off. Everyone laughed it off and played it like it was nothing. Why didn't they get punished? Now we jump into week 4. Packers and the Vikings go against each other. Packers are trying to stop the Vikings from going 4-0 here. First half is coming to a close, kind of just like the Ravens and the Chiefs. The Packers at the Vikings 1-yard line. 30 seconds left. Coach Matt for the Packers is calling a timeout repeatedly on the sideline to a ref in front of his face repeatedly.
And he's out of his team area, and he's not down there for a timeout. Now we see him calling a timeout after this, but
and not a single call was called. The timeout was not called. Instead, obviously, Coach Matt got upset about that, and he threw his stuff down, which anyone would be upset about. I mean, you would be upset about that. You are telling the ref to use your timeout, and you're repeatedly doing this, but the ref doesn't pay attention to you. So understandably, the coach gets upset. He gets a flag, and he's obviously gone on and said, I'm embarrassed by this. You shouldn't be. The NFL should be embarrassed by this. Because why was the head coach of the Packers, not granted his timeout when he was directly doing this in front of the ref? The Chiefs' defensive coordinator can call a timeout like it's nothing. Like he's the head coach. I don't know if the Chiefs got fined or whatever, but they should, because they literally broke a rule inside of the NFL. Hopefully all this comes to an end. Hopefully the refs start opening their eyes. Hopefully the refs start getting functional. Now, understand, this isn't to all refs. Some refs do care for the game, and they do officiate games pretty damn well. I think the Ravens and Chiefs game was good, but that one part was just not it. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.